Tropical Freeze Part 4, I think, is correct, but I'm gonna get the numbering totally wrong. We're in World 2 here. This is 2-1 Windmill Hills, and the easy game is becoming easy life soon enough, so we're gonna go through World 2. Today, I think I'm gonna try to get a week's worth of videos recorded today, and then I'm really contemplating doing Crash Bandicoot again, but I'm just remembering a couple of levels that were absurdly over-the-top difficult that I just don't want to do twice if I could help it. I don't know, but that game's a lot of fun, and there's like such a drought. Oh, that was a barrel, darn it. Anyway, there's like such a drought of decent games right now, or all the games that come out today are just so freaking hard to record because they're like multiplayer or they're massive. I mean, they're almost like better just to live stream. Oh, maybe I should start streaming. I don't know. But it's just getting weird. I don't know where gaming's going, but it's going weird places. It's like I can only rely on Nintendo these days to give me games that are gonna be what I know, unlike something like Anthem, which Anthem kind of feels like it's gonna be more like Destiny, even though they say it won't be. You know, they say it won't be. I think we all know it's gonna be like Destiny, and especially considering BioWare's last game was Andromeda. It's kind of it's kind of hard to expect Anthem to be any good. But there's also Dragon Age coming out eventually. That one does look pretty. Hopefully it's good. I mean, if it's like Inquisition, I'll be happy. Dragon Age has a lot of stories in it left that they could be telling. And you know, I really, as far as I like RPGs from BioWare, and I think that Mass Effect is definitely my favorite, except for Andromeda. I really gotta admit that. Oh, I did that totally wrong. Whatever. Anyway, I gotta say that Dragon Age, I think, does a much better job at keeping kind of lines open when it comes to storytelling, because there's so much stuff that they mention, and there's continents, and it just does a really good job of kind of making you know that there's a huge, massive world out there, and they could make so many more games based on it. While Mass Effect did a really good job at making you feel that way for 1 and 2, and then I thought it summed it up pretty dang good in Mass Effect 3. A lot of people didn't agree with that, though. And, you know, I was kind of hoping when they go to a whole other galaxy, Andromeda, they could make it feel like Mass Effect 1 again, but they didn't. They made it feel like you were in a completely empty, devoid of life galaxy, and that's just a little bit peculiar to me that that's what they went. I have no idea. You know, I could make a whole video complaining about Andromeda, and I've thought about it. I'm sure it's already been done a million times though, but geez, man, it's just, I don't know. It's just some stuff that just makes you mad when it comes to gaming. Like a name like that gets ruined. Mass Effect gets ruined just because of one game. I don't know, man. It bugs me. Ugh. So hopefully they can fix themselves in the future. We'll see how it goes. Anthem, for me, depending on how that'll be, that's really going to come down to the story, because I don't really give that much of a crap about the gameplay at this point. There's so many games. You know, there are so many games out there to play. And so many of them are going to take forever to beat, and there's so many that so many people are just never going to beat. Like, at this point, I just want games with stories that I remember, because it's not very memorable if I sit there grinding for 80 hours to do a raid. I mean, finishing the raid might be memorable, but having a story that I feel like that I want to go back to, because I'm never going to want to grind for 80 hours again, you know? Whoopsie. I didn't know those broke. I'm never going to want to grind for 80 hours again, right? I'm never going to want to. I'm going to want to go back and play a game with stories, though. And I don't know. I just feel like that's kind of being missed at this point. And I know it's hard, because I know making good stories is difficult. I know that's harder than heck. And there's a very solid reason that so many games don't have stories. It's just because it's hard to find writers. It's hard to write a good story when you have a writer, and it's harder even still to get people to play your dang game and tell them that it's story-based, because so many people are going to be so dang critical. But my point is, it's still possible. You know, all these, the most popular games ever made, PUBG and Fortnite now, Minecraft, League of Legends, the things all those games have in common, none of them have stories. So it makes sense to me that the developers would, oh, that's how you get that puzzle piece, whatever. It makes sense to me that developers would think it's a waste of time to bother spending hundreds of hours paying a writer to write a decent tale to tell, you know? I understand that. It's a lot easier to make a multiplayer game, tell the user, make your own story, because then you don't have to tell them anything. But it's just, it's annoying to me. The most memorable games I can think of have pretty good stories, like Superstar Saga, the Mass Effect series, the Dragon Age series, the Elder Scrolls series. Like, all of those have things that I want to see more of. Fallout. But the most popular games ever are multiplayer games with no single player. So, I mean, how can you win, really? Gotta rely on indie companies, I guess, to make games like... Well, Pillars of Eternity was by Obsidian. They're not really indie, but they're... I don't know, you gotta rely on people like that, and then hope that they're good, because they always say, like, oh, we're gonna make it the way the fans want, and then it sucks. And it's just like, well, what can you do, man? even if people think they want it. It's hard. I don't know, it's hard, man. It's hard. Okay. Here we got... Oh, wow, I totally messed that up. With Rhino Man. These Rhino levels are, like, annoyingly easy just because he's pretty much invincible, but I love the Rhino so much. He's, like, so dang cool. Oh, boy. I guess we're going up here. I shouldn't even bother with these levels, really. Oh, well. All that effort wasted. Like, I'm not even really paying attention in this one. I felt like I had to really pay attention in the first one. This one, I'm just sort of, yeah, I'm reacting as I go. A heart that I don't need. Blow up that nice bell that let all the good people of this town know what time it was for hundreds of years until I came along. Especially because in this game, it really feels like that they suddenly had the power to make it look as good as this game does. I almost feel like they went overboard with the looks, which is, I don't mind it at all. It looks awesome, but it's like they're relishing, like, oh, now we have 1080p access. We don't have to limit it to 480p. And of course, this was made in the Wii U era, so of course that's probably what they were happy with. Nintendo games and 480 or in 1080p, man. It's about dang time. Just imagining if, like, the Metroid Prime games were in HD. This would be so much fun. Oh, get the heart. I mean the balloon. Oh my goodness, this guy loves to. What? Alright, sorry Rhino, I don't know how that happened. We're leaving you behind though. What the on earth? I have never had that happen before. I didn't even know you really could lose in that way. Oh, okay, there we go. Go Rhino boy, run! 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 Kill the mouse! Forget the G! Kill the mouse! A lot of coins. This game's so generous with the resources, man. And after that one, nope, darn it, one more. Okay. So that was level 2. This has taken us to 9 minutes. And again, there's probably going to be more hidden levels here. That's the Kong level right above us, so we're obviously not getting that right away. Okay. Play 2-3 horn top hop. Those logs, and this guy I guess we'll use for that part. Puzzle piece, yep. what's inside the keg thing or whatever those are called. German, like, beer mug. Sorry, penguin. I'm happy with Dixie, thank you. Although, maybe I should be happy with Cranky. You know what? I'm gonna be happy with Cranky. Come here, Cranky. Thank you. What are your penguins doing down in those horns? Oh, okay, maybe I should have stuck with Dixie, I don't know. What? What the? What? Hold on. Okay, okay, that was weird. My controller wasn't responding for a second there. That was weird. Okay, we're good. I think we're good. I think we're okay now. Like, oh, oh, darn it. Why is that there? Okay, we're gonna stick with Dixie. Anyway, my like Donkey Kong was like moving to the right or something for some reason. Or to the left, let me tell you too. That was weird. And alright, let's stick with Dixie. Dixie would have saved my life there. I thought there were gonna be more spikes instead of that just little one spot.